All right, we're going to be looking at multiplying with fractions. Now notice these are not fractions. We're going to start by looking at basic multiplication. Here, this is 3 times 2. Now the product of that is going to be the same as 2 times 3, correct? And we know both of those are going to be 6, right? Well, that's because I can say I have either 3 groups of 2, that's added up, which is going to get me, there's 3 groups, 2 in each group, 2, 4, 6. Or I can say I have 2 groups that has 3 in each group. And that's going to get me 6 as well, right? Now with fractions, it's very similar. That is, we can do something like this. 3 times 1 half. 3 times 1 half. Well, that can be modeled by saying, okay, I have 3 groups, and I'm going to have 1 half in each group. So there's a group, a group, a group. And remember, multiplication is repeated addition, so I can just add up those groups. Each group's going to get 1 half, 1 half, 1 half. And so that's going to get me 1, 2, 3, 3 halves. 3 halves. Well, if we wanted to get that as a mixed number, I can say, all right, we'll have 3 halves. Let's see, there's 1 half, 2 halves, 3 halves. So that would be 1 whole and 1 half, right? Or 3 divided by 2 is going to get me 1 with 1 half left over. Now let's keep going. Let's do 1/3 times 5. Well, that can be also said 5 times 1/3, which is going to be 5 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 groups. Remember, multiplication is repeated addition. 5 groups of 1/3. A third, a third, a third, a third, a third. And some of you may already see this. You may say, well, why don't I just say if I have 1/3 in each group, that could be 5 times 1, which is 5/3. And that's true. You could do that. I'm just wanting to make sure that we understand this thoroughly. So let's keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 thirds, right? Which, when we simplify it, or sorry, not simplify, when we turn it to a mixed number, 3 will go into 5 one time, and that would take 3/3 out, which would leave 2/3 left over. So 1 whole and 2/3. Let's do one more. Let's do one with a little bit more in each one. Move this up a little bit here. There we go. Let's do 5/8 times 3. So I can say that means 3 groups, 1, 2, 3, with 5/8 in each group. 5/8, 5/8, 5/8. And remember, that's repeated addition, so that is 5, 10, 15. That's 15/8, right? Or you could have just said, well, 3 times 5 is 15, right? That's 15. You're working with eighths, so 15/8. And of course here I can say, well, 8's going to go in there one time, right? So 15 divided by 8, right? And it's going to be 1, and that's 8, subtract, and that's going to get me 7 left over. 7 what? 7/8. So 1 whole and 7/8. This would be your improper fraction, and this would be your mixed number.